Stand up! Vanguard!
What's up, Cardfighters? Ryan here from Vanguard Central, bringing you guys an updated Susanoo Deck Profile. So let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. Starting with our grade 3s, we are running 4 copies of Susanoo. Susanoo is, of course, the main boss since this is his deck with his stride, and so he really adds a lot of cards to your hand every time you stride, so that's pretty neat. And for our backup boss, we are running 4 copies of Sakuya. The reason why I chose Sakuya for this particular build is because we're joining a meta that has Chaos Universe in it. So Sakuya does help keep your board clean, and that's why I really like her in the deck. For our grade 2s, we are running 4 copies of Silent Tom. It wouldn't be OTT without Tom, because hashtag all effects of Tom. And next we got 4 copies of the 10k vanilla. You can use Wiseman or Tart, whichever one is your preference, but just 10k vanilla is for the early defense. And then 3 Rigid Crane. Rigid Crane is pretty helpful with the unflips and also the soul charging, since you do soul blast a lot if you use the grade 1 a lot. Moving on to our grade 1s, we are running 4 unflipping perfect cards, since this is a pretty counterblast heavy deck. 4 stride fodders to make those stride plays. 4 Sumiyoshi, the new grade 1. He's a 1 for Susanoo support. And so what his skill is that he basically becomes a 10k booster if you can pull off Oracle skill, which is if you have 5 cards in hand or more. And so right behind Tom, when you have Kamu Susanoo on the Vanguard Circle, you do make 21k lane Toms, or 22, but same number. But anyways, it's 21k Toms, so that's pretty scary since you can't guard them with zeros. And lastly, 2 AK Vanillas for early game Tom, because you can still make a nice 16 column with it. And for our triggers, since this is OTT, we are running 12 crit, 4 Psychic Bird, and also 4 of the new double art crits, Kusanagi. He gets in the soul, gets you extra cards also, which is pretty neat. And of course 4 Lozenja Magus, since you can send it back to the deck. For our starter, we are running Little Witch Lulu. The reason why I'm running Lulu in this is because most of the other starters do counterblast, except for the new one, but I don't really like the new one since you have to kill 3 copies from your deck, which I don't find very helpful. But Lulu does get you at least a booster whenever you need it, since it can hide in the soul until it's ready to come out. So it does keep your board clean early game so that Chaos doesn't lock your stuff down. And for our G-Zone, we are of course running 4 copies of Kamu Susanoo. Susanoo I think is a really underrated card, just because even though he does have that just generic on-hit Kirin skill where you can check top 2, add 1 to hand, the main point is that it gives the field plus 2k, or everyone plus 2k. So on the Tom column, it doesn't make the 16k any different because it only makes it plus 4k, so that makes 20. Which doesn't change the numbers, but with Sumiyoshi, the new grade 1 behind Tom, you do make a nice 22k lane. And so that makes Tom over 21, which is pretty scary if you pass triggers to him. And also, a lot of people tend to no-guard the Vanguard, so they can save their perfect guards for Tom. So that's why the extra draw is actually pretty helpful. And then next to Takemikazuchi. This is for when you're pretty much low on hand, and you can go ahead and rebuild it back up with Takemikazuchi. 1 Madu, since we are running Sakuya, who is a 10k base. And then 1 Kirin, who is generally your first stride. So that was the deck profile, guys. Please leave a like if you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was quick enough for you as well. So as I just said, leave a like, it helps out a lot. Comment down below if you guys have any questions, and subscribe if you guys want to see some more. Vanguard Central, out.